And can't come soon enough because here it is halfway through April. We're doing Thrifty Thursday with Jessica Hacker, the coupon hacker. And you felt like doing soup again, right?
I did. It's been so cold.
It has been. We had a hard freeze just the other night. So the crock pot, busting it out again, right?
Breaking
Something warm.
it out. Yep, absolutely. And this one is really fun. I have to say, honestly, lasagna is probably one of my family's least favorite meals.
Really? I love lasagna.
I know, we're weird, even including myself, but there's something about it. It's just really good. This is really good.
Okay, so, something good about cooking lasagna in a crock pot that makes it all worth your while, right?
It is, yep. I think it's a change in cheese for me. So it's really easy. What I have already in the crock pot is the hamburger. There's 1 pound hamburger, an onion, and then, of course, the flour, all the different seasonings, the salt and pepper and stuff.
Okay.
With the hamburger, just brown it like you normally would. Remember,
so you browned it before you put it in the crock pot?
Yeah, I pre-brown it, and then I mixed all the seasonings with the flour in that, and stir it up, you know, to kind of absorb into the meat. This is like what we're talking about, like with the gravy, so it's not lumpy. So it's kind of same thing with the soup, but it'll help thicken it. And then we're going to put in a can of tomato. Yep.
Some people cook and some people pour. I can pour.
Yes, you pour.
That is something I know how to do, right?
That's right.
So this is tomato sauce. There's 1 can here.
2 cans of just diced up tomatoes, and even I go with the ones that are extremely diced, or even go with the crushed, because again I don't like the chunks of tomatoes.
I don't either. I'm not a big fan of tomatoes in general, but if they're small enough, that's fine.
And this will cook down after all day, and so you won't have clumps of it.
Okay.
And then of course you want your chicken broth. Really about a carton worth of it is really what it is. About 32 ounces total is really what you want.
2 cans will give you the same equivalent right there as well. And this is kind of how I have a chili recipe at home that I like. That's actually quite good, but same type of thing where you get a lot of ingredients in the can and then put them together, and it's super easy to make. It's super easy,
and it keeps it really cheap, especially if you're stocking up on canned goods when they're on sale, and you can make this meal really cheap.
Yeah, totally.
And especially right now. You're going to let that cook all day.
Okay.
So you just kind of stir it up, you know, let it do its thing all day. And then when you come home is when you want to add your noodles. Of course, put any kind of noodles. You could put even, you know, chop up your lasagna noodles or whatever kind you want. Right now, even at Albertsons, this is really where all the deals are coming on. I know we have the coupon link will be on the website.
Okay.
But any of your noodles, there's coupons going on right now with the Smart Taste, so it's even a little bit better for you. And it's going to make them only 50 cents a box.
Okay.
So it's nothing.
And do you put these in at the end after it's been cooking all day?
Okay. Yep. So let it cook all day. And you can go ahead though and put them in now.
And just quickly then, you said the change in cheese is what you like. So what cheese are you using then?
So I'm putting Parmesan in it while it's cooking. That's what I'm going to melt in the soup, and it's going to help make it nice and creamy. And then when it's all done, you kind of let that cook for probably, if you're doing it in the crock pot, probably at least another 45 minutes or so. So do that as soon as you get home. Put this in, when you do your noodles. And then mozzarella is really good, and this is kind of even nice to put it on afterwards.
A topper.
Yeah, as a topper, and just kind of let it.
Some delicious cheeses there, right? So your lasagna soup cooking for you in the crock pot. When we come back, though, let's give it about half an hour because you're going to need a side to go with it as well. And this one, we're going to go monkeys over that one, if you will. Just a little teaser. All right, Jessica, we'll be back in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. We're finishing out Thrifty Thursday for you. It's a cheap family meal that will feed the entire family for less than $10 this week. What's the price breakdown coming to this week?
It ends up being like $9.81 for this whole meal.
And right close to $10, but still, for a family of, this could feed 6.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right? Yeah.
So we've got the lasagna soup that we made in the last half hour already cooking here in the crock pot, which is a really neat idea. So many things you can turn into soups.
Oh yeah, you really can. Just about anything. You just need a little more liquid.
A little more liquid and put it in the crock pot. But of course we need a side as well. And you were just telling me a little bit about monkey bread. And I've had monkey bread before, but I usually think of it as like a bigger thing that is maybe something sweet. But not quite what we're making today, though.
Yeah, usually it's done as a breakfast, and it's usually done in a bun pan, something bigger.
Blueberries, cinnamon, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But just kind of putting a dinner twist on it. It's a little savory. So, and of course you could still do it in a bun pan or other pans, but it's just kind of fun to do in muffin tins and make them personal size. Which
then you don't have to worry about who's stealing more than the other other sibling, right?
Yep. So this recipe is super easy. Again, you're just going to be working with the refrigerated, like the canned biscuits, like Pillsbury biscuits.
The ones that you get to pop open. That's my favorite part.
Yep. And in this case, you're just going to cut them into quarters.
Okay.
And put them into a bowl that's going to have your melted butter, some more Parmesan cheese, some garlic, just all those goodies, and really whatever flavor you're wanting to go with it.
Okay.
You put it in the bowl as melted.
Any other garnish maybe that you want in there as well?
And then this one can be kind of messy, but you just want to toss it together. That's why you want your butter to be melted.
Oh, okay.
And then into your muffin tin, you want to put, in this case, you're going to put about 5 to 6 of the chunks that are coated with all the goodies.
And so that's why, and the melted butter, like you said, is helping give the whole coating there for everything. Okay,
that's
so makes sense there.
Yeah, you're just going to do that, and you're going to bake it in the oven 350 for about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on the size of it. These don't take as long because there's obviously they're not as thick and dense as it would be in a button pan.
And I'm assuming it's probably, I mean, if you ever forget, just look on the side of the biscuit can, cook it the same way,
yep,
right?
It is. You're just following those directions. That sometimes might take just a little bit longer just because you're piling them like that. But yeah, that's really all you do with it. And then of course you end up with this really fun bread that just falls apart.
Oh, and still warm too.
Oh yes.
And super good as well. And I would be the kind of person who would maybe top that with some cheese, which it looks like you did. You sprinkled some cheese on top when it was still hot, right?
Yep. After I pulled it out of the oven, I went ahead and just sprinkled a little bit more cheese on the top. You know, you're going to have this bag of mozzarella that you're just putting on the top of your soup anyways. Go ahead and sprinkle a little bit on the top of your bread and let it just kind of melt on it. And
so, perfect.
You've got bread to dip in your soup.
Mini monkey garlic bread. It's a bit of a mouthful there, and I have a bit of a mouthful here as I eat it as well. So we've got the recipe for you there on the screen, and tell people where they can go as well to find that recipe, to find more of your recipes, I should say.
Yep, they can go to Living on a Coupon and click on our stockpile cookbook.
And one of the things that you said was going on is at Albertsons right now, is where you can get most of the things that you need for this, right?
Yep, it is. The Pillsbury is on sale for $1 a can at Albertsons, which is an amazing price anyways.
It really is. It's like $2.50 normally about there, right?
Yeah, they really are. And so, but then if you follow, there's coupons out there for them that's going to make them only 50 cents a can again. So
nice.
Super cheap. So it's only cost you $1 to make, you know, I mean, for the bread, for that part of it.
And you feed your family of 6,
That's right.
a whole dinner for $9.81 roundabout there, and you're probably going to have leftovers.
Oh yeah, you're going to have leftover soup, and this obviously is going to make 12, you know, it's going to make a whole pan of 12, but I guarantee there's not going to be any more bread left.
Yeah, they're going to eat that up, and I'm probably going to eat this up too before we get to our next segment.